In this video, we are going to go over the basics of atomic structure and all of these subatomic particles. So here we go. So first things first, for atomic structure, there are 3 subatomic particles that you need to know very, very well for this class. Okay, and we all know what subatomic means. All right, sub means below. Spelling, below or underneath. And atomic is obviously going to mean the atom, right? So I have subatomic particles. I have particles that are underneath the atom itself. And hopefully we all know what these are already. We have protons, neutrons, and electrons, okay? And because we like to abbreviate everything in chemistry and in science, okay, because geez, this is taking up so much time to actually write out protons and neutrons and electrons, we will write these out as pro for protons, nu for neutrons, and electrons is just a lowercase e with a little minus sign, okay, electron. There we go, it saves us, you know, so much time, okay? And I know that we all hopefully have a concept of what an atom in general looks like. I love going over the history of an atom and how we've, you know, come to understand what an atom looks like, from going from a solid sphere all the way to what we understand now. But just in general, okay, if you can think about your kind of Big Bang Theory picture of an atom, that is good enough to conceptualize, okay? So there we go, right? You have this kind of very dense center in the middle, right? Your center is called your nucleus, all right? And U, C-L-E-U-S, neutrons is N-E-U. Not that I really care about your spelling. I'm a terrible speller, clearly, but just for you, okay? So the center is going to be your nucleus, and then all this kind of outside space here. So from the nucleus all the way outside, all these like rings, okay? This is going to be the outside the nucleus is going to be your electron cloud. Sometimes we call them orbits, your electron shells. We'll learn more about this, okay? But in general, okay, the center is your nucleus, and inside your nucleus is going to be your protons and your neutrons. Outside the nucleus is going to be that electron cloud. It's literally called the electron cloud because inside the electron cloud is going to be electrons. Hopefully you can see that, okay? So I'm sure, again, that we all have this basic understanding, but if not, center, nucleus, protons and neutrons. The outside has electrons zipping around it in the electron cloud, okay? Electrons are on the outside. All right, protons, neutrons, and electrons. And we need to know stuff about them, okay? Oh, I'm gonna make this beautiful table for you with very, very straight lines here. Okay, so protons, neutrons, electrons, where are they, okay? Your protons are in the nucleus. Your neutrons are also in the nucleus. Your electrons are going to be orbiting in the electron cloud. Okay, so these guys are always moving. They're zipping around all the time, all right? So this is where they are. Then we have charge. Your protons are going to be a +1 charge. These are positive, all right? Your neutrons have a 0 charge. They are neutral, right? Neutrons are neutral, they have no charge. And your electrons have a -1 charge, okay? -1 charge, that's why we show their little kind of abbreviation as E with a negative charge. Okay, so there we go, there's their charge. And then their size, all right? Protons and neutrons have relatively the same size, okay? So these are gonna be about 1 AMU, okay? This stands for atomic mass unit. an AMU, okay? So what this means is that protons and neutrons, these guys are about the same size, okay? Oof. All right, those guys are about the same size, protons and neutrons. Electrons are so small, okay, that we consider them to be 0 AMU. All right, it's not that they actually have no mass, it's not they don't have any size at all, but they're so small in comparison to protons and neutrons that we just consider them 0 AMU, okay? So this means that electrons do not matter for mass calculations, okay? Electrons don't matter for mass calculations, but electrons are matter, okay? So remember, for something to be classified as matter, it has to have mass and take up space, which an electron does have mass, okay? An electron is matter. It's just that it's so small, it's negligible in comparison to protons and neutrons. So for simplicity's sake, we just consider it to be about 0, all right? Hopefully that makes sense-ish, all right? And then just to kind of go over further, the nucleus and the electron cloud, okay? So the nucleus is going to be a very small, dense, positive center. So it's small and dense, and it is positively charged. Okay, and the reason it's positively charged is because it has protons and neutrons, right, inside the nucleus. Protons and neutrons are inside the nucleus. Protons have a positive charge. Neutrons have a neutral, 0 charge. So your nucleus is going to be overall positively charged, okay? Your nucleus determines the mass of the atom, okay? The mass of the atom is your proton plus your neutron, all right? So nucleus determines the mass. And there's a special little word. A nucleon is just gonna be a particle that is in the nucleus. So a particle in the nucleus would again be a proton and a neutron. So this is just another vocab word to learn. Nucleon could mean your proton or your neutron, okay? Those are the things inside the nucleus. All right, then you have your electron cloud, which is, all right, so your electron cloud is your space around the nucleus with electrons orbiting. Perfect, and police are in the background. All right, okay. Your electron cloud takes up the most volume of the atom, AKA the most space, all right? If you were gonna look at your, model of an atom, if I can draw this, there's your nucleus, right? So it's this small, dense center, but your electron cloud is huge, right? These electrons are zipping around all over the place, okay? Horrible picture. Okay, but you can tell what takes up the most space of your atom is this giant electron cloud in comparison to your teeny tiny dense nucleus center. Okay, so your electron cloud takes up the most space, and it is negatively charged. All right, and it's negative because it has electrons, and electrons have a negative charge. All right, so there you go, the concept of atomic structure. And this page right here, this is definitely stuff you're gonna have to know and memorize, all right? Where they are, positives, negatives, relative size, okay? Good luck.